Well, a very good morning and welcome to the Scottish International Open 2025. This morning we have got Martin Heitzman against David Gourlay MBE. But let's take a quick look to see what's coming up a little bit later on. At 1 o'clock we've got defending champion Jason Banks against Australians Mark Simpson. At 3:45, world number 1 Scottish Stuart Anderson against England's David Bolt. And a little bit later on, 6:30, England's Robert Paxton against England's Sam Tolchar. That's what's happening later on. But without further ado, let's welcome out the players for this morning's match. He qualified through the qualifying at Bromley. It's England's Martin Heitzman. And his opponent for this match, he is world ranked number 6. Please welcome out Scotland's David Gourlay, MBE. I'm going to hand you up to Paul Mitchell in the commentary box.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Ambassador Cruise Line's World Bowls Tour Scottish International Open 2025 is about to get underway here at the West Lothian Indoor Bowling Club. It's a dreary day outside, but it's perfect conditions on what is widely regarded as to be one of the best indoor surfaces in Scotland. There's one great bowler inside the commentary box. It's not me. I'm delighted to have Stuart Anderson alongside me. He knows what it's like to win this tournament. And Stuart, just before the first round matches, how do you tend to feel?
Yeah, obviously nerves are kicking in. You just want to get on there and get settled into your game, and as you say, you just want to settle in and then just get the first couple of ends underway and under your belt, and then just try and kick on from there.
So the opening ball of the match comes from Martin Heitzman. Just drops that in. Well, if you've got to open a tournament, that's not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, I think I've been watching the practice, Paul. I think both of these players have been excellent, drawn away very good in their half an hour slot, rolling up there, and I think this is going to be one class game.
David Gourlay with the green balls.
Just slipping past there, but we'll be happy with that. It's in the right position.
Quite a compact delivery.
Yeah, he's nice and slow, takes his time over it. It's well played again, yeah. Great start, 2 touches, can't start any better than that.
5-inch gap.
A little smile there from Martin. If he's learnt anything in his time on the World Bowls Tour, he'll know that nothing is safe, especially when David Gourlay's around. Good effort.
Be interesting to see what Martin does early doors here.
6-inch gap between the 2 balls.
Yeah, I thought he might swap over here. Just like to get to David's last ball, or just go deep. It depends how confident he is.
Bringing it off that backhand. Nice wide line.
Played this really well again. It's excellent stuff.
2 down.
David Gourlay just checking if it's 2 or 3. Comes up a little bit firmer here. Picks out one. That in itself, when you play your first over the weight shot, it's always nice to get a result.
Yeah, I think David was a wee bit disappointed with that. I think he was looking for the split there, or a wee bit of jab movement, give himself a chance for his last, but I suppose he gets one away, kind of minimises the danger. I think Martin will just be trying to add another shot here though. Drop a couple inches in his last.
See the little fingers coming out in the hand there, as if to say he might have just not quite played this as he wanted.
Just looks as if he's pushed through it.
See, I think that's it's not where he wants it, but I think it's a really good sign. You saw the hand just come out as if to say, that I've given that too much, and he knew that within what, 4 yards?
Yeah. Players after practice will get to a stage in the game where they think, oh, I pushed through that, or I've just dropped it short, and you get to see these wee clap of the thighs, or as you see, the finger movements. Dave would just like to draw this off. Let's give it an effort here. This is very close. I think he's played this ball.
He's got the jack, he's got the shot, and at this level you can play two brilliant opening balls, two fabulous touchers, and at the end of the day you still might not get on the card, and that's what's happened here. The opening for David Gourlay. No, David Gourlay perhaps doesn't play as much as he used to, but when he is in tournaments, his preparation is so key.
Yeah, David will come up a couple of days early, and probably other people obviously flying in from Spain, so yeah, I think David will be in the Glasgow Indoor Club and Auchinleck Club just for a few days before this, and getting a few hours in under his belt, and then he'll come up here probably a day early as well, and get on the carpet as much as he can. He does when he's out here, he does put a lot of time in, because obviously he doesn't play bowls at all when he's in Spain, so yeah, fair play to him.
Well, they say you never lose it, but you've still got to hone it and practice it. And David Gourlay fairly quickly back into rhythm. So David Gourlay leading by 1-0. The shot is with Martin Heitzman.
No, it's early in the game, Paul, but maybe a wee thought going through David's head there with the first end. He couldn't get in first before Martin, and again it looks his first two balls I think is key in the match, where you try and get in first before your opponent. So still a little chance here for David. Just needs to drop a couple of feet in his last. Certainly on a great height here, still down to pace.
It's the same as that one, just resting on. So a little chance here for Martin. Both players staying on the same hand.
This is number one coming in.
Yeah, and you could tell, you can't see it on your screen there, but watching David Gourlay, he applauded that ball when it was, what, 8-9 yards away. He knew exactly where that was going.
Good sportsmanship with David as always.
Just checking with the marker for his opinion, whether it is 3, whether it is 2.
I think from the commentary box, Paul, I think it just slightly favour the 2 red.
Is this drivable?
Yeah, I think he will. David obviously prefers his forehand drive, so it definitely looks like a backhand drive, but I'd be interested to see. Yeah, he's definitely lined up in the backhand, so it'll be a drive.
Comes with pace.
This looks wide.
Yeah, misses the target. Unlike any good player, Martin's looking not only to see can he draw another, he's looking to see if he can expand the count, and he's just checking those green balls behind.
Yeah, ideally, I'll just be looking to same kind of ball, or just run up and face onto the green ball of David's. Make a count of 3.
Flick of the fingers, what does that suggest?
Just needs to rest the ball. And that's what he's done.
Beautiful. That's really well played. And that is a good 3 to pick up at end number 2.
3
Get
shots
yourself
Martin
on the
Heitzman.
card.
Set score 1-3 after second end.
I think for the viewers also, Paul, there is another 3 games on the green today, and we'll try and keep you up to date with the scores as much as we can.
Yeah, Nick Brett is on rink number 2 up against Paul Hartley. Not the former Hard and Midlothian football player, it should be said, but an
Yeah.
English qualifier. Paul Hartley, a well-known name up here in Scotland. Nicky Brett leads by 2-0 after
Jack
2
length,
ends.
24 and a
Jamie
half
Walker
metres.
has dropped the opening end to Lloyd Sabatini. He's down by 1-0, and Paul Foster has pressed the accelerator against Glenn Martin of Australia. He leads by 6-0 in the opening set after 2 ends. You don't want to be falling behind 6-0 to Paul Foster.
No, certainly don't. No, Paul's been up here a couple of days practicing as well, and looks on top of his form as usual. Be hard to chalk off. It's also difficult for any overseas player to come over here and compete with guys on their own surfaces. So yeah, Glenn will do well just to hang in there.
That's the beauty of the set play. If you drop the first set, you start again for the second, and you have the opportunity to force a tie break. And I guess that's the beauty, rather than playing 21 up, where a bad start can absolutely just leave you nowhere to go.
Yeah, you say you go 15, 14, 1-2 down, you know it's going to be a long day for you. But yeah, as you say, you lose the first set, you just need to re-kick, start all over again, start the process again, and try and win that second set. And you end the nose, you get to a tie break, anything can happen. 3 ends, and it's just anybody's luck in them. It's intriguing. Martin's played in this forehand in this direction. Last year, there's not many players played that side of the carpet. He's always played, was it backhand down and then the forehand back up to the changing rooms. But yeah, you seem to catch this forehand really well.
No luck there for David Gourlay, just a little over the weight. Yeah, he seems to be quite happy.
Playing with the Tiger Pro ball, just a slightly narrower ball than some of the top 16 players play with.
When you do get the chance to come out and practice and play, do you have a set of balls in mind? Do you have 2 or 3? You know, what's the thinking? How do you approach it?
For me, I bring 2 sets, and I try both, and then just by the day of practice, I just choose one and then I play with them. And then if they're good enough, they're good enough. If they're not, they're not. Simple as that. But at Potters, obviously, you need the red and green sets. At this venue, you can play with any ball you want. So it's not just because these guys are playing with red and green, they could have played with any colour of ball they wanted. And that's the beauty of this event.
Does mean the man in the green shirt is playing with red balls, which plays with your head slightly, but that's how it is. Here is the green ball of David Gourlay. Just a little bit through again.
think it's now key for Martin just to reach these green balls now. He's got 3 short balls, so he doesn't want to drop another one short. He needs to pass the white with this one.
So you see on the scorebug there, David Gourlay has the white stickers on his balls. And Martin has the colour. It's a good effort.
Yeah, it's a good place there. I think it just forces David on this backhand draw yet. Just needs to drop a couple of feet in his last. But he's certainly looking at the angles.
It's such a fascinating sport from the fact, you stand over the head and you look, you think, yeah, and then you go to the mat, you think, looks awful.
The further you walk up, the worse it looks. It's the most important is get the shot on your head before you step on the mat. You don't want to go on the mat with two shots in your mind. But he's trying just to put the red ball on the jack here to make a count. Is he going to hold up? Just needs to hold a little bit longer.
Wants to push it through. Well, looking on, as they say. Well, he was up, he made contact.
Well, Martin's away and lifted the mat, so he's not giving him it. So
that's confidence.
Yeah.
Good effort, though.
One shot, Martin Heitzman. Set score 1-5
Martin Heitzman
after 3 ends.
gets the one shot. 3 + 1 is 4. And enjoys the 3 shot advantage so far.
Back length 24.5 metres.
So jack length at 24.5 metres. As you can see, the mat pulled well up. We're talking the cream of the crop here, so when you see bowls like that, opening bowls like that, which might not be the worst thing in a club circuit at this level, your opponent thinks that's a gift. And you need to take advantage. And Gourlay though, just sliding a little bit through.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised David's went on the backhand in this direction. There's still plenty of room in that forehand to get around that. It's a massive hand. But I suppose it's whatever every player's confident with.
Just thinned it a little again.
Yeah, I just feel that hand, it's very difficult to finish centre green.
Is it even harder when the mat's up?
Yeah, I would say so, because sometimes you go that little bit wide, you just seem to hang off. But David's come a big swinging international ball, so he should get off it, you see here.
That's the shot.
So down to pace with this.
Running.
Just going to fall out.
David Gourlay just checking if he's still lying, which he is.
Yeah, it's a wee chance for David Taylor, just by a full draw, but any kind of jab movements on his favour. And he's very close to it.
Yeah, he's well played.
Yeah, that's a great ball. As you say, Martin's got nothing past the jack, so can't really afford to run. He's just forced into a backhand draw here.
Yeah, his opening balls weren't bad, but when you do leave them short, you do leave yourself problems.
This one's just not reaching high, that. Certainly not made it any easier for David though.
Yeah, it looks blocked on both hands, so if that hand tends to hold just a little bit, what you're looking here just to try and land jack high.
Yeah, the other option is there is a gap there on the forehand. He could draw in between the balls and the forehand. That's the shot I would probably play, but he's played 2 perfect balls on the backhand, so he'll probably just try and play a similar ball. Still down to pace. He's on a great height here. I think he's played this again, Paul. He's played a great end.
Beautifully done. David Gourlay strikes back. Having dropped to 3 on end number 2, he picks up a 3
3 shots, David Gourlay.
on end number 4.
Set score
4-4-4.
all after 4 ends.
It's a busy start to the Ambassador Cruise Lines World Bowls Tour Scottish International Open 2025. 4 of the first round matches taking place at the moment. Paul
Back
Foster
line length
is
29.5 metres.
12-0 up after 4 against Glenn Martin. It's been a tough start for the Aussie. And the other matches a little bit tighter. Nick Brett is leading by 4-1, and Jamie Walker is 3-2 ahead of Lloyd Sabatini here. We are 4-4 after 4. David Gourlay, Martin Heitzman. It's what's been a really good start to the tournament.
Yeah, so Martin started the first 2 ends off really well, and David's now picking up the pace now going into the second half, well, the halfway of the game here. It's his best lead ball he's put down so far as well. So both players will just be settling in as well, Paul, getting the first couple of nervy ends out of the way, but they're definitely not showing any nerves here so far. This is brilliant as well. He's drawing the shot with this.
How about that? When you were coming through the ranks and playing the likes of David Gourlay and Paul Foster and things, how much of it is just about you concentrating on your game rather than worrying about the other guy that's out there?
Yeah, I think if I come in with the attitude of who I was playing against, then I don't think I would ever have won a match. I think you just, my way was, my opponent's got 4 balls, I've got 4 balls, and if my 4 balls go closer, and then I win. That was just simply the way it was. I walked it. But yeah, listen, it's for me playing along these guys, it was excellent, and it was a dream come true for me at one stage coming through here to play with these, and now I'm here. It's sometimes I still think it's unreal at times. So. I think it's now about 15 years. I think I've been in the top 16 now, so it's been a long time.
Yeah, I was looking back at my notes and various things, and when I started covering bowls back in 2006, and I was looking back at various notes, and this young man, Stuart Anderson, appeared.
Don't feel young anymore though, Paul, to be honest. David up a slightly tighter line here with a bit of pace. Just like to sit the ball out here for 3 shots, and he's played this, I think. It's absolutely perfect.
That is textbook balls from a great player.
I think we might see a drive, the first drive of the match coming. Certainly lining up that way. Yeah, nice and controlled. Will he hold up? Looks under.
Yeah, it's frustrating when you've got a target of 3 balls, which is relatively wide at this level, to come under.
Yeah, nothing to be tight there for. Yeah, everything on the high side. Lift a couple of the balls away. Jack's obviously a perfect result through into the ditch. Yeah, but he won't be happy with that, I don't think. I think Dave will just probably go to one of the spots or even draw to tee to give him both spots.
So should the jack go out of play, depending on which side it goes, there is a respot where the jack would go, as opposed to the end being burnt.
I'm surprised at this.
Well, he wants another shot. Well, he's saying to his opponent, you want it, you get it. But that's the best of the lot. Crucial ball, even this early. Little skip as it comes away.
He's definitely hitting something this time. Sole result now.
Much better line. Well, he'll take that. He was in a heap of trouble, and that's a great recovery shot.
Yeah, cut it down for 41. It's a massive ball.
One shot, David Gourlay. Set score 5-4 after 5 ends.
Always feel that if you've missed with your first drive, just puts that little bit more pressure on your second, and obviously being the last ball, that was as good a result as he could hope for.
Yeah, and I was a bit surprised. I thought he might have played a little bit more pacey, because obviously he played the timing shot and then went under. It's so easy to play the same shot but give it too much grass and then you just hold out. So he played it very well. It was a great ball to keep yourself within one shot.
Back-to-back ends for David Gourlay, picking up a 3 and a 1.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, Paul. As he played the last end up here, David led off the backhand and now he's switched on to this forehand, and I just think you get a better road, a better line on this forehand.
Well, he's starting to find his rhythm, and sometimes bowlers, you know, this can be a little bit stubborn. You stick with the hand when you shouldn't.
Yeah, you try and beat the hand, but the hand 9 times out of 10 beats you, to be fair.
Struggling just a little bit more at the longer distance as Martin. That does no harm there. Well, Martin Heitzman is nothing to be afraid of in the 2025 World Indoors. He beat Nicky Brett in round 1. Really tight tussle, 6-6 and then 8-7, so he knows what it's like to be in a tough match. His top class opponent.
Yeah, I think he got to, was it the last 16 at the World Championships, I'm sure. He got a good run.
I think Mark Dawes did for him eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure watching that game, if Martin won that game, he had a chance of nipping into top 16, so I think it was that tight a game. This is excellent from David.
Well, he's found his line, he's found his length, and he's found a way to put pressure on his opponent. Yeah, he's asking permission. He's only played a couple of balls, but he's going to come up and have a look. Brings his ball with him, which you are allowed to do now.
Yeah, players must ask to come up and see the head after 2 balls. All players should have played 3 balls and then allowed to come up just to save the time. But I think in this event it's quite relaxed, I think, because obviously no shot clock in this event. So
yeah. That was one of the things I was going to talk to you about. You know, the introduction of the shot clock. I think the players just got oblivious to it eventually. Did it speed anybody up, do you think?
I think it's definitely speed the game up.
Yeah.
But the individuals, I'm not so sure. No, it definitely does not affect me in any way. I think you get plenty of timeouts anyway. I think we're allowed 5 in 2 sets, so it's like there's plenty of time there to think if a game gets in that nitty-gritty situation, you've got plenty of time.
Always unlucky, just a little bit under.
Could have actually gave David a 3rd shot out of that.
Yeah, I think he's just brought the green ball in at the back. I'm trying to remember the game from the Scottish International, but I can't remember the 2 players involved, but if you had a shot clock of 4 seconds, still would have been too long.
Yeah, I think Nick Brett would probably be one of them involved in that.
I think it was Nick. I'm trying to remember who his opponent was, but it was always like Matt, just
Paul's one of the quickest players as well. Paul doesn't really take much time as well. So. David will just be trying to cover here, is he? He's trying to draw a shot in the backhand.
I think you could arguably do both, just come through.
The only danger with that is he's probably still made 3 shots, but the left hand respot doesn't look good for him. He could lose a 2 on that side.
So if you're looking at that sort of forehand shot to hit the green ball to take the jack out. Yeah.
Looks as if Martin's got the two there. I think David's kind of swinging his arms out as if to say he wanted that ball wider.
Yeah, he knows what's coming.
Still only 1 ball target, so it's not a gimme shot. Definitely not. You see, David's balls are all on a line there, so it makes it even harder. Nothing to come off. But definitely a chance here.
These are the kind of shots that can win sets. Just put you into that right position, keep you in touch.
Just not going to get back, is he?
No. Not far away. And actually knocked out what was lying third shot. It's just a question of whether the other green ball was in. It wasn't, it was 2, so he gets the consolation prize of taking 1 away.
2 shots, David Gourlay. Set score 7-4 after 6 ends.
Just looking over there in the faraway ring, Paul Foster's took the first set 14-1. So Glenderry eventually got on the card, so it's a bonus. So
well, here's the chance to get set number 2. Lloyd Sabatini's come back on Jamie Walker. He leads by 6 shots to 3 after 5. And Nick Brett
Back
is
length,
in control
30
against
metres.
Paul Hartley. He leads by 7-1 after 6 ends. 9 ends to play. As we concentrate on this match in the opening round, David Gourlay, who last year at this stage beat James Rippey of England. That was sent to a tie-break. He's just getting into that rhythm. If you can win 3-4 ends in a row in such a short format game, you just start to feel like you're running.
yeah, isn't it? It's vital to get your own length in as well with the jack, and then settle that first ball. You've seen the last 3 ends. David's kind of nailed his first ball within 6 inches of the jack to make it even put more pressure on Martin as well, because Martin's just dropping that first ball that yard short. I think 2 previous ends here he's played 7 short balls out of his 8, so it's just struggling at this longer jack.
It does start to get into your head as well.
Yeah, there's nothing frustrating in throwing short balls. And especially when this man keeps doing this.
Round it as clean as a whistle.
So this is what happens if you just finish short on your line, then you're forced to run early. I think this is what he's lining up to do.
Looking to open things up. He's keeping a keen eye on it, likes it.
Needs to bend or get a result off his own.
Just finds, well, the gap was right there. Didn't come back. And this is where you know the girl is just going to go, right, I'm in again.
David knows he's got to him a little bit here. You can just see Martin's just a bit anxious now. He's just, you can see his face, he's gripping along here. He's after some just to kick in. So it's one of these now, he's committed. So I think you go again, Martin, and try and open things up and give yourself maybe 4 feet to draw at the ditch to save.
Yeah, you might not get first prize here, but there are consolations available. But it's always interesting, as you say, if you go early with that second bowl, if you don't go again with your third, it's almost, you're admitting you made a mistake.
Yeah. And then if you fail with your third, then you're going to go with your fourth anyway, so you might as well just going again. That's what he's doing. It's closer to the jack this time, I think. Yeah, he's got it.
There goes the jack, and there goes possibly the worst result. Does happen from time to time, but it struck and it came back so firmly. Be interesting to see. Hard to tell from our angle.
Yeah, I wonder if it's come up the green far enough to get a shot out that.
Yeah, just a little acknowledgement there.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that because he's played the perfect ball. To be fair, there's nothing he can do once it hits the back ball.
Yeah.
He's hit the jack perfect.
I mean, that really rammed into the back ball as well to give it that bounce back.
Not sure.
Fair play.
Has Martin indicated what the shot was?
Don't think we've got an indication. I think it's pretty tight. David has the opportunity to draw in.
He's well played here, Paul. I think he's got a toucher with this.
In he comes. That's beautiful. How's that to response?
Yeah, he's played 3 crackers on the backhand and then switched over. He's played an absolute beauty. Martin's in heaps of trouble here. If he runs again, he's got the chance of nicking his own ball out and losing 4. I just don't really see where he can get a shot here. Unless he just plays over the weight in the forehand to get the inside of the green ball, maybe squeeze the white and run with it himself. But that's a hard shot. There's only 2 ends after this, so he's lining up in the backhand. Tells me that he's running.
Yeah, he needs to try and stay in touch. As you mentioned, Stuart, might have been a different shot if this was N1 or 2.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to draw around about his own here. I think he's just pushed through this. It certainly wasn't an easy shot he had.
Yeah, I think his own red ball, as you mentioned, if he'd taken care of that, taken that out,
Yeah,
there's problems.
yeah, I think the first set would be over. I think he knew that. But it's going to be a measure for 2.
So the first time we have seen the umpire on the rink. So if you're David Gourlay, you now know, I think you mentioned, you've got your opponent on the run here because you're forcing them to do things that they don't want to do. And that's always a nice position to be in as a player.
Yeah, I think it's David's experience enough. He'll be thinking, just keep that first ball going. It's important. He gets the jack length correct, and he gets the first 2 balls in and keeps Martin under pressure. David also knows by scoring this end, he wins the first set as well.
Will just be single. But that is 4 ends on the bounce. And it's a lead.
1 shot, David
8-4
Gourlay.
to David Gourlay.
Set score 8-4 after 7 ends.
Matt just a little bit up, but again the jack going long.
Back length 29.5 metres.
It's not the worst start. Just from that yard.
Well, Martin Heitzman has to think. There's a little door open. Doesn't like it. You tell by his reaction immediately.
Yeah, and again, he's just pulling that couple of feet yard shot as well. Weight looks perfect this time. He's still running a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit on there, but again, the line is there, and it is a better first shot.
Yeah, since David's onto this four-handed, he's not played many off-centred balls, to be fair. He's got his line perfect. This certainly looks better from Martin. There's number 1 getting in.
Well, plays him nicely. David not wasting any time though.
Just like to drop a couple of feet here, rest Martin's ball, and the jack round the corner's perfect for David. It's just down to pace here, he's gone off a great height. Just needs to run it out, and he's drawn the shot with us.
Just a little short of where he wanted to be, but not far.
And doesn't make it any easier for Martin, to be fair. That's probably coming in off that good line is probably in the line David's ball's in.
This is where the shot choice is really interesting, you know, because you know yourself, you get this wrong, you can promote.
Yeah, and it needs to know, he knows himself has to score at least 2 or 3 this end as well. Because you're not going to, one chasing the 3 is going to be very hard against a player like David. It's all about holding up here because his pace is really good while they sit up.
Well, he's given himself a little chance depending on what David does here.
The umpire just indicated it's just the 1. So that's the difficulty of that aside as well. If you just give it that ball inside, you do get punished as well. You need to put in that high line, as David's ball's probably on that line. I think David will just be drawing the forehand. Same shot inside his own, rest the white, I turn the white round the corner. Well, he's chasing after it, so he must be up a track here. Will he run? Is he running?
Tell you what, it's a decent effort, but I think just the way he ran after it just kind of suggested he was a little bit on the short side.
He's got a small chance here, Martin. Takes a big ball here, just turn the white a couple inches here and make a 3. I think he'd be happy just drawing for 2. But the jack's obviously the bonus. It's one of them, Paul. I think if you turn David in, then so be it. You just have to be close to that ball.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. I mean, I would rather lose the set now, trying to get myself in a position to win it.
Definitely.
Because as you say, trying to fight a 3, I mean, he does have a 3 on the card against David, but that was early in the set and David wasn't defending.
Yeah. He's gave us a great chance. This is very close if he gets back under it.
And there was the danger.
I think it's 1 shot to David, not 1 to Martin.
Well, no damage in the end, but he now has to find a way to get a
1
3
shot, Martin
to split
Heitzman. Set
the
score
opening set,
8-5
and that's
after
not
8
going to be
ends.
easy.
It's one of them, you look at it positive, if you're playing another end, you're getting your jack length as well, settle back into your rhythm, try and school the end. I'm not sure who won the toss at the start, but Martin might have the jack again in the first end, the second set, so it's vital to get your weight again in this end. If you get the 3, fair enough, but I think to kick off the second set is vital as well.
Also in the other 3
length,
first round matches
24
in this
and a half
Ambassador
metres.
Cruise Lines World Bowls Tour Scottish International Open 2025. Nick Brett's taking the first set against Paul Hartley. Paul Foster's taking the first set against Glenn Martin, and he's in a 2-0 lead after 2. And it's pretty tight now between Jamie Walker and Lloyd Sabatini. It's 5, plays 7, so Lloyd with the advantage with 2 ends to play.
see Jamie Walker walking away with the mat, so I take it Jamie has scored the end. It might be 1 down playing the last, or
Yep, spot on.
Jamie Walker's currently 7-6 down playing the last end, the first set.
One of the rules when you're hunting a 3 is no short bowls. Obviously the first one was a little bit short, but David himself played short.
Yeah, and he's finished right centre of the green as well. Gets us to get into a running bowl, but I'm sure he'll be happy enough with this. It's not bad to that. Just for drops inside. Just going to get face out. Might still be 2 down.
Yeah, a little bit frustrated by that one.
But chance to add a third here as he pushed it. Always let David off, I think. Yeah, it's a big miss.
Yeah, he has a little look to the heavens, a wee shake of the head. He knew exactly.
David knows by running one of these balls off, he wins a set, and that's what he's done. He's played it absolutely perfect.
That is how to win a set. Beautifully done. And again, that's just a player who knows exactly what's needed.
Yeah, he played it very well. He knew Martin would drop in that one shot, and you would be taking one of them off. Martin then couldn't get a 3, but to get the ball and the jack, then he couldn't have played it any perfect.
So the opening set will go to the Scot. Gourlay absolutely delighted by the way he's played, and he's taken that opening set. You're watching the Ambassador Cruise Lines World Bowls Tour Scottish International Open 2025. Let's find out a little bit more about Ambassador Cruise Lines.
Enjoy.
Teasing you, there'll be more later. So the opening set to David Gourlay. And in terms of how he played, I don't think Martin played too badly. He just found himself, I think it was the end, the fourth end, where he was forced to run early.
Yeah,
That was the beginning of the trouble.
I think David played a massive ball in end 1 when Martin laid a good 2 the last ball, and then Martin played a really good end to get the 3. So he could have been 5-0 up after 2 ends here, but then I think after end 3 and 4, David then started dominating with his first 2 balls and then really kicked on and probably deserved to win the first set.
But it is a blank canvas for set number 2. You win it, and you have a tie-break 3-end single shot available at each end. I'm not sure what they're like to play in, but they're great to watch tie-breaks. Do you like them?
No, I prefer to win 2-0, but that was the easy answer. But I think for a crowd perspective, yeah, it's entertaining, and then as you say, it's just really the gameplay changes because every end's like a tie-break end in the tie-break. Really, like one end you could see one ball chasing at a jack, and with your first ball, see like try to build a head up. All that's totally out the window.
Yeah, certainly in terms of entertainment, it's been one of the best introductions, is that. With a mat up, you mentioned that he would have the mat at the start of this second set, and Martin's done well.
Yeah, I think it's important he starts this second set off well, same as the first. Just can't be giving David any chances. This is excellent from David. Great reply here.
Nicely on the inside.
So David switched over here. Just looking to add another shot here. I think he's played this as well. Plus is excellent from David.
Well, he's certainly in a groove.
I think as well, you see Martin will have to have a go at this. Don't see any kind of draw on here.
His own front one might just keep him wide enough. Here goes.
Oh, he's under, needs a result, but he's missing that as well.
Again, and it is easy to be critical from here, to miss on the other side.
Yeah. You've got the top side, the green ball onto the jack as well also. Yeah, he'll be really frustrated with that. Just watching Jamie Walker's last end there. Lloyd Sabatini drew within inches of the ditch to win the first set.
Wow. So the opening set in that match to Lloyd Sabatini, the qualifier, as David Gourlay is showing no mercy.
Yeah, certainly drawn very well, David. It's a massive ball as well, and then 1 in the second set here.
Yeah, he's taking a long time to think about this one.
I think he has to run again. Just hopefully you get a good connection. Maybe kill a couple of shots here.
Foot on the very edge of the mat. Lets it go easily.
Oh, he's still under the target here. Needs his own red ball.
Well, he got a little bit of luck. It's interesting, you know, from our position in the commentary box, you watch the ball, but you're also watching the player.
Yeah.
And when he's hunched down and he just stands up, you just know it's not the shot he wanted. Gourlay again, looking like a good line. Wants to come back.
His pace is good. I think he just overdone it.
Yeah, just a little on that occasion, but he'll settle for that as a start.
The thing is with the sets play as well, Paul, Martin must win this set. He can't draw it.
Yeah,
a draw is no good. So he's actually been being 2-0 down. He's actually chasing 3 shots. Just for people that might not know that back home.
And it's interesting because he's now lost 6 of the last 7 ends. The game really has swung to David. I think if you lose the first set, but you're picking up the singles and ends.
Jack length.
You're not losing 3
29.5
ends on the
metres.
bounce or something like that. But he is now just starting to struggle and just wonder. He's brought the mat up and David's beating him. He's been beaten at length. Where does he go?
I think it's Martin's third ball that's probably letting him down a little bit. You need that third ball to kind of alter heads or change heads, draw vital shots, and it's just the running balls are just not coming off for him just now. But David's been putting him under so much pressure. His lead ball's been brilliant in the last few ends as well.
Off the backhand. He's keeping a keen eye on it.
Just needs to run it out. He's played this absolutely perfect.
That's his best opening ball for a while.
About an eighth of an inch, just slightly off it. There's a 2.5 inch gap.
Yeah, it'll just be a backhand draw here for David. He's any touch on the red ball gives him the shot. Surprised he's changed over. Just played a perfect ball. Same ball he gets a shot.
Yeah, I wondered if we were to look at the head from the head's perspective, whether it would change his mind. He has asked to come up.
I feel that just shows the confidence he's got in himself here. Chopping and changing and playing them like this.
That's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous.
It's all about confidence. He's just more or less told Martin, I'll play any side and beat you in any side.
Yeah, does come a point in every game where you do wonder, whether rightly or wrongly, you do start to wonder, is this my day?
Yeah.
And I think we're just getting to that point for Martin Heitzman. He won't give up, but none of that. But there's a little switch that just starts to flick.
Well, he's just played an absolute bomb, and David just took it away from him, and then now it looks as if he's forced to lift his hand again. It's early on in the end with his second ball to put his chalker onto the jack here.
Experienced player, former England junior internationalist and England internationalist, national title winner at 2-ball. So his skills as a draw player are tremendous. Let's see what he can do with a running ball.
Just needs to bend. Just sits there for a while. And that's what I was saying about his third ball, Paul. These balls need to count at this stage. You couldn't be letting David go into a 3-4-0 lead. Just if you open up the earlier doors, then it gives you that extra couple of balls in to get in.
So what does David do here? Does he just come round the back?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think you stay well away for this. There's a chance he could put the red ball onto 2 green, but yeah, he would just go round the back. I don't think there's a draw available for him.
Yeah, there's the safety shot.
The other thing is here is Martin could have his own red ball through the gap and still be 2 down here. I think he must make contact with us.
Smoothly away.
Yeah, he's down the throat of this. Certainly in the target. How's your luck? Played that really well. I think he's run through with a jack.
Yeah, it's nicely done. Well, he needed it.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, that was his third ball there, and that's been probably the difference of the first set, where he's just not been able to capitalise on the running shots. But he played it with great pace here, just to shows that David's bat ball wasn't really coming into play.
Let's see what David Gourlay does here. His opponent will have right of reply.
He's chasing after it. Must think he's close. Still down to pace here. Now his ball will bend back really hard now. That's a great effort.
Oh. Well, he might not have drawn the shot, but Stuart Anderson alongside me says that is a cracking effort, and it just reduces the available space to draw a second.
Yeah, I think that was important for David there. If he didn't get a shot, is to get as close as he can. Once more, we've treated to another excellent end, Paul.
Oh, it's been a great game to watch. Well, the important thing for Martin Heitzman here is to know that he has the shot, he has the ability to set the jack length next. And he would like to make it 2-2 if he could.
Yeah, and he'll also be thinking, what length can I upset this man on? Because he's playing so well.
Yeah, that was close.
One shot, Martin Heitzman.
Well, he gets on the card.
Intriguing to see what he does here.
One shot,
He
Martin
has been
Heitzman.
bringing the mat up a little bit and going
Set
short,
score,
so
2-1.
it's maybe worth bringing it
after
right
2
up and
ends.
going short, or do you keep it back and go really short? So I'll be intrigued to see what he does. You definitely won't go long. I think that's what's going through his mind.
Yeah, he's kicking his balls up in the jack up, so this is going to come up. As I say, he's a top class 2-ball player, he's jack throwing, which is an underrated skill in bowls. Needs to be on the money here.
Yeah, and that's where I was a bit upset when I seen the Commonwealth Games rules come in, where there's no jack throwing. There's no jack throwing at Commonwealth Games next year.
I hadn't spotted that. Why on earth?
No idea. It's three jack positions. There's one in the tee, one 3/4 way up, then a short one. That is it. And your mark can only go in 8 positions also. So the mark can go in 3 positions, your jack's in 3 positions. That is it. I think it's to quicken the game up, is the answer.
I'm at slight loss for words for that, because jack throwing is a skill.
Yeah, definitely.
And anything, and again, beautifully done. Anything that takes away part of the game which is a skill, because we've all seen it in the Scottish International Open World Bowls Tour. Somebody tries to go long, jack in the ditch.
Yep.
All of a sudden your opponent's got it, you're just thinking, brilliant, here we go.
I think I'm right in saying the shortest jack you can play is 24 metres. With your mat up, and then the jack shot is 24. And then again, it's the respots is not at the side, it will be, I think it's 1 metre from the ditch and centre, I think.
Bureaucrats, don't you just love them?
Yeah. It's hard enough playing in different competitions with different rules, never mind trying to remember what you're playing in.
Yeah, where you are. It is quite interesting. We are living in that, the televisual age. People's attention spans are apparently shorter than ever before, and sometimes, I mean, it'd be worth trying, and I would like to think they have tried that. As David Gourlay comes in,
he's perfect.
Oh, how about that? Again, breaks the heart of Martin Heitzman. Just beautifully done.
I might feel a bit critical here of Martin, but I'm not. But just his second ball there, just drawing up short. I think if he just got past the green ball there or the jack, then it makes David's shot there not as easy. But he'd not be line 2, for instance. He'd maybe only be line 1.
Here's the response.
Again, if he played the 2 balls round the other way, then he'd be happier, because then he's got another shot here to play. But we always say it's easier up here than down there.
I've never lost a game in this tournament yet. And again, the difference between this being an end in set 1 to this being an end in set 2, it does have a difference on the way you play, especially when you know you've got to win the set.
Yeah, I think there's more pressure on every ball Martin plays here, because he knows he can't keep giving David 1s and 2s here. How's your luck? You're going to run off the ball? No. You can see he's frustrated himself.
David just checking whether it's 1 or 2.
Martin slightly favours 2. A hide wide draw here from David. Just try to get down and rest on the white here. Pace is all over it, just as he's going to hold up. He's going to go hold past. Oh, he's played it.
And it goes. 2 balls out, they'll have a look.
It's always intriguing when you're winning a match, you get the wee favoured slides. You say Martin's lost the first set there, and he's went down and just caught his red ball thicker. And if he got a thinner edge, he'd have got the same reaction there as David's. It's just a strange sport where when you're chasing a game, you just never seem to get the wee rubs.
Just doesn't quite work, but it is 5-1. David Gourlay taking control. Well, Paul Foster, having won the first set comfortably against Glenn Martin, 14-1. He's currently 4-2 down after 5 ends. So the Aussie is making a comeback. Jamie Walker, having dropped the first set, is 3-0 up on Lod Sabatini in the second. Nick Brett looks like he's in a good place against Paul Hartley. He leads by 6-1 after 5 ends, having taken the opening end.
Nick and Paul are flying through this match. So 3 ends in front of everybody else.
Yeah, they're quick. Longer length has been favoured by David Gourlay. Slightly off with his first, but he does get a second chance here.
Yeah. Here he comes in for number 1. Yeah, doesn't like this. I think he's pushed through this.
Well, it's better to miss behind at this stage.
Definitely, especially with chasing 5 shots.
Well, there's a rare thing, a short ball from David Gourlay.
Yeah, it's probably the poorest end of both. Well, certainly David's had in a long time. A little chance here for Martin. Just trying to draw the shot. He's waving this ball out. Thinks he's under the line. How's your luck?
Not enough.
Yeah, it'll be frustrating there. She knows David's not really got one close enough as the game's been going, but she had 3 chances here. David will just be trying to add another one here. Certainly putting Martin under pressure. How are you running, David? You look pretty decent here. Could turn the jack round the corner here for more.
Yeah, and he comes.
From the camera angle, it looks as if it could be 4.
Well, he's in a world of hurt here. Even if it's just 3, you feel there's not a route back.
And he doesn't like this one bit. Deliver out the hand and a shake of the head.
Yeah, I think he got caught betwixt and between where he wanted to be. Such a horrible feeling on a rink when you know you're down, you know your opponent's going to score heavily.
Yeah, 4 shots.
Yep.
That last ball just turned that jack a couple inches there from 1 to 4. Takes a 9-1 lead.
4 shots, David Gourlay. Set score 9-1 after 4 ends.
Well, David Gourlay firmly in command last couple of years. First round, well, 2023 beats
Back
Stuart
length,
Bacon of Scotland 2-0.
29
James
and a half
Rippey of
metres.
England. They were really close last year. All the way to a tie break, went to the third end of that tie break. Five ends to play. It's not impossible yet for Martin Heitzman from Fillets Indoor Bowling Club. Hastings right down on the coast of England. But there's just not been enough signs to suggest.
No, every time he's got the small chances, I'm not going to say they've been big chances, but small chances, just not capitalised on them. When David's just not nailed it. But yeah, David's played really, really well. Very consistent in his draw. And every time Martin looks as if he's going to get one on top at David's next ball's always beat it.
Yeah, I think that's been the key, that his response has been rapid. And he's won 9 of the last 10 ends over these 2 sets.
He's just not let Martin settle into line of length.
There he comes again. And I don't think it's trite to say it's another learning experience. You know, I mean, he's a top class bowler, Martin Heitzman. You know, England internationalist, 2-bowl title winner, etc., but this is up another level.
Yeah, I've been watching Martin and a couple of the PBA qualifiers to get into these events, and I've been really impressed with him. He draws very well now that, and Martin will know himself coming in here. He's probably just not been as consistent as we'd like to be, and he'll know himself. He'll be frustrated. He's not really. See, he has competed with Dave in the first set. Just these 4 ends, he's probably just let himself go a wee bit. But listen, I'm not going to say he's out dead and buried yet, but I'm sure we'll see Martin again.
Oh,
very
absolutely.
Well.
Just one down, is it? One down.
Took the outdoor season off this season just to give himself a break.
Not a great effort though. Pace is good.
How far past is Martin?
Just sets himself up with a little bit of a chance.
Last ball's the 8 inch past.
It's one of these with David. Does he just draw away or do you just put one round the back? You don't want to give him that backhand shot to squeeze the white through for a 3. I suppose he could pick him off for 2 just the same.
Again, with a 9-1 advantage, you can basically be fairly relaxed about what you play. And how about that for being relaxed?
I don't think he'd have come up and sit that down any better, to be fair. If he gets the ball out, it's only going to be the 1. Squeeze the white through the back, it's probably only going to be the 1, maybe 2 at a push. So he's played that ball really well. I think we've had the first winner. I think Nick Brett has. Don't see any of them on the green now, so I take it Nick Brett has won that game 2-0.
He has done. He's beaten Paul Hartley. They've done the handshakes and are off. Here's the opportunity. Again, great effort, but no result.
One shot, David Gourlay.
And it's 1 shot to David Gourlay.
1 shot, David Gourlay. Set score 10-1.
So Nick Brett,
after
former
5
winner
ends.
of this tournament, has gone through. Tell you what, on ring number 4, Paul Foster, who won the first set 14-1, is 6-2 down after 7. So 8 shots and 7 ends, really tight.
Yeah.
Second set.
Back length,
Yeah,
29
as you
and a
said
half
earlier,
metres.
Paul, you just need to forget that first set and come out and start all over again, and I think that's what Glenn's done. He's obviously not really been seen any of the match, so he's obviously played this set very well.
4 lots of 4 first round matches here today. And Brett already into round 2. David Gourlay is set to join him.
It's a good opener ball here from Martin. I think he's just about to finish the game with pride now for him, I think. See what happens in the next couple of ends. See if he does get a wee sneaky squeak here about getting maybe a couple of shots on the board.
Well, sometimes you just never know. And you can look at other sports. You know, if there's anybody watching who's a fan of the NFL, there was a game at the weekend where a team led by 18 points with 6 minutes to play and lost.
Oh Jesus.
So in the previous 1,602 occasions that situation had been, the team leading had won 1,602 times.
Yeah, there
So-
we go.
Sometimes in sport, crazy things happen, and it was Denver Broncos beating the New York Giants. which the New York press didn't take very well. As you can imagine, if you're in a commanding position and you're 1,613 and the first one to lose it.
Calling for the manager's head.
So that's why you never say never in sport. Sport's such a strange thing.
I can see over in Paul Foster and Glenn Martin's rank, Glenn's actually holding the set with probably one ball to come.
Yeah, Paul needs to score at this end.
Yeah, I think here David will just try to turn this jack round the corner, backhand draw. You know, we want to chase anything, doesn't want to lose any threes and fours here, so just about keep it tight here, draw a second shot, be happy, turn the white for the shot, it's a bonus.
It's a nice position to be in. You could lose a 2 at every end and still win.
Now if his pace is good here, this will swing right back here. This is some effort. Drops in for second, yep, that's what he's done.
It's a great ball. And again, Martin's just left scratching his head.
Yep, again Martin would have been saying, well, I've given myself half a wee glimpse here, and then the sucker punch just comes in with David's last ball there. As you can see, he's walking up here a bit deflated, just body language is gone, I think.
Yeah, and I think understandably too. There's a real sense of frustration. Both these players have played pretty quickly.
Yeah, just going to run past.
Gets a shot. And gets some applause from the home crowd here.
One shot, Martin Heitzman.
We spoke earlier about the shot clock, and that isn't in this event. We saw 3 balls delivered in this game, whereas on Paul Foster's game against Glenn Martin, there was no balls delivered in that period.
Yep.
So it does give you that little bit more time.
Definitely. Yeah, it's Paul's just walking up to play his last ball here. Jamie Walker's took a commanding lead in this second set. Yeah.
So with 3 ends to play, what's interesting is the players have decided to shake hands. Martin Heitzman has decided that there is no route back for him. A slight surprise there. Normally you would play it out, but he's offered the handshake and David has accepted, and he's won by 2-0.
Yeah, surprised at that. Yeah, obviously Martin felt as if he just couldn't get over the line, so yeah, Davis took the victory.
Well, David Gourlay in command for most of that first set and the second. Matches this afternoon, you will see Jason Banks against Mark Simpson. Stuart Anderson returns to the day job, where he'll take on the Englishman David Bolt. That will be a cracker. And Robert Paxton against Sam Tolchard will round us off at 6:30 tonight. That too will be a cracking game. Hopefully you're enjoying all the action from the Ambassador Cruise Lines World Bowls Tour Scottish International Open of 2025. We look forward to your company a little later on today.